Time in the mix.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Friday stream. The Rite Aid has gone bankrupt stream, where it's down 51%. Beautiful bearish back test. How did they know? How did they know? $3.13 back from 1974. Only after that was confirmed as resistance for the first time ever, and the 200-day moving average back tested as resistance did it collapse, and then just like 2 weeks later, bankrupt. Even down like 1.43% after hours. So this is just crazy. I mean, not really crazy. This is what happens, Larry. Come on, dude. It's just,
see what happens, Larry.
When you let people come into your store and you just let them continuously steal things, you don't enforce laws. It's coming for other retail locations like this too. You'll see. So, yep. GG no re, as the kids would say. No WPs here at all. All right. That's like the headline. That's the crazy part. All right. Bitcoin, no movement, as is tradition. And Jerome Powell spoke today at Jackson Hole, right? Takeaway. Inflation's too high. Still 2% target. And they will take measures necessary to curb the inflation. Okay. That's it. And here's Marvel. Earnings gapped down. Well, that massive bearish engulfing candle, then the earnings. And then crazy enough, the inflection point from history that was never formally back tested was formally back tested today, but only as resistance. Yikes. And closed after the test. So not too far off of a gap fill of 49.40. What's up, Fried Cash? Thanks for the 5 super chat. What's going on? Can y'all hear that? What the? Hold on a sec. What the? What's happening? Why? Why was that? Why was there no audio of that, chat? No little bits noise. Okay. All right, so this is like, yeah, man, like figured, okay? It's just not going to go the way you think it is. For Marvel, as you had NVIDIA that went nuts, but NVIDIA. Not even the AI was buying the AI stock today, right? After that really lackluster earnings yesterday, or it was like 2 days ago after the bell, but opened at all-time highs, opened at 502.74, and then closed at its lows of that day, and then followed through today. So there's no like change in the level of stagnation and exhaustion on the oscillators. And it's all happening at the golden mean, after achieving the golden mean ratio for the first time ever yesterday. I'm not one to be like, oh, time to go short on the most powerful, incredible, most efficient, money-making machine in the world's ever seen, pretty much. I'm not saying go short. I'm just saying, like, right, you got a high, another high, the highest high, slightly higher high, and just oscillators indicating more exhaustion and stagnation. That's it. So, I mean, great. Who knows how long this insanity can continue. But down here, it's kind of showing maybe not much longer. Imagine being the one trying to be like, that NVIDIA's done soon. All right. The heck? The VIX was down like... dude, I was like... Dude, the VIX was down like 8+% today. Like, not even kidding. And you closed at virtually the highs of the day, which was only up 0.06%. That's insane. So the volatility really picked up. Life comes at you fast in Power Hour. But yeah, still, well, whatever. I mean, just looking at it. Think about it, like being at 17.23 and then selling off all the way down to 15.42 and then rallying to close exactly where you opened. That's nuts, dude. The volatility's volatile. DMX. Okay, so all right, let's look at. I mean, if you want to see it, Target I think made its lowest daily. Yes, it did. The lowest daily candle close on Target since July of 2020. So we're talking about over 3-year lows. Pretty gross. Almost virtually engulfed, but it was so weak that it couldn't engulf, and it's just right around oversold, but not. And there's no real formal support here at all. I think you eventually would see $90. Good riddance. Let's look at Foot Locker. Remember, Foot Locker got obliterated. Part 2, the Boogaloo, right? Still below 1817, which is a key inflection point from this is the COVID crash. So Foot Locker, the locker for foots, for feets, is lower than it was at the nadir, the most hyper fearful situation we've seen in a long time. You're below it? What? And really not much of anything here. This is a big level. I mean, almost $5. This is the kind of what's going on. It's like the retail, the legacy retail, brick and mortars getting smashed and thrashed hard this way. I mean, like, just disgusting. All right, I mean, but, you know, on the other side of the market, you had some assets that were up. Like, I mean, GPS, which is Gap, which is in the same arena, actually had a good day today. And wow, I mean, almost pretty much a back test of 934 as support. This is still like an active kind of trade setup situation here, you know, like kind of like Under Armour, where you're at the supports, the predictable patterns have developed, matured, everything you could dream of's here, stage is set for way higher prices, but good luck, you know, I mean, like in these market conditions, like where's the liquidity? I mean, liquidity keeps dumping, so there's no money printer going burr. How does gap really play out? It's not our job to wonder how. Yeah, so, but really what I think is kind of interesting, I mean, you know, if you were gonna be like, hey, what should I long now? What's a good like sector? I mean, you got to give it to the oil stock, the individual oil stocks, man. They're crazy. Weight Watchers had a good day today too, or somewhat. You know, back it's still above that support, but let's see. Yeah, Exxon Mobil here. This is crazy, man. Until like the market participants, the sellers take out 101.50, you're just golden for higher prices. Look at this trend. This time it's over. How can you say that? I think it's incredible right now, like what's happened, where it's at, and just if all stays the same, no black swans, why could this not run to its highest highs ever, which would be higher than what we saw in May? I mean, it's very possible. Just a little bit more adverse. I mean, you're above the, look at this, man. You're above the 2014 high. You formally back tested it twice. I mean, that's it. That's like, you're not buying at like value areas, but you are buying on a pullback. You're buying near oversold territory of an uptrend that's been intact since, I mean, virtually 3 years. This is it. This type of charts you're looking for like, you know, more sustained rallies where, right, the waves up are large and then the waves down are small. Okay, hold on, let's go to got my oil stocks list. I mean, not all are created equal at all, but like Occidental Petroleum, you know, it does almost look like reaccumulation here, like a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. Jumped across the creek already. Any pullback, you're just looking for a higher low. You get another higher low, I think that might be it. Then you'd be running to $73. Remember, this is like Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, own a tremendous amount of Oxy. And at one time, Oxy was the worst performing stock for like a decade on the S&P, but things have turned around. Yeah, the trend's your friend, and this is it looks very similar to what Bitcoin looked like in the summer of 2020 before a huge rally. So that, and you got Marathon Petroleum. Now this one's not really looking like Exxon. This one's like at a supply line. But you can just see the trend, right? How big of a, it's your friend. And my God, like Hess was impeccable, and it's rallied so well off of that key level. Just stalling at the heart line. You break this, you're headed on up to 176. I mean, you're very close to all-time highs. This is a really bullish wave structure, that deep retrace on B and the higher low on C. So you're like 1272 to 1618. It's like a butterfly, like a bearish butterfly in development. Crazy, man. Not many, you know, assets or sectors look like this, right? Even the ones I'm not really paying attention to too much, like Schlumberger. Nice uptrend, right? Near its 52-week highs, but not quite yet. But look, I mean, it's like above this key level. Look, and this is such a real 2006, 2010, 2011. You get it. You're above that again. So maybe it's real this time. And there's no bearish divergence or anything. Oil stocks looking good. Not again, some are better than others. Like this one, like ConocoPhillips. I mean, not really like actionable for all. I mean, I think Exxon's the one, maybe, right? Exxon's the one. You got Chevron too, that like underperforming rising wedge. But let's see, looking left. it's already above its all-time highs by a lot. It already back tested its old all-time highs back in July of last year. So again, if you're looking for that one that's easy to manage the risk, it's Exxon. All right, this one hit a major gold mean ratio like nvda did, you know. And I guess on this one you would just like, you probably wouldn't want to own it below 150. But yeah, that's it. And the oil stocks. So let's switch it over and look at like the big ones. You know, Apple. You know, up 1.26% today, but below 182, which is the old all-time high from 2021. You want to get back above that, man. I think like you get a rally, you'd crap out, and then you'd eventually solve again. So attempted rallies could happen at any time, and it's been getting beaten down since August 2nd. Okay, so not much movement today after that red day yesterday, and then Google, that was actually looking okay, you know, compared to the others. Still, I mean, like, you know, getting tired, exhausted. I mean, it still looks like that a little bit, but man, it just keeps on going. Will we see 143? The third target of the trade setup that was like posted back in freaking March? Dude, I don't know. But like, everything's fine for now until you're taking out previous lows. There's a gap fill at 122 that could easily happen. It's still not a big deal. Yeah, man, okay. Microsoft, after hitting all-time highs, was back below. Oh, man, my God. This is crazy. It's like a key inflection point being defended. Demand line being defended. It's almost like Exxon in a way, right? Where it's not the all-time high, but it's a key level. You know, you plot this right here, this gray zone, and you're like, I could manage my risk pretty easily, right? You would just say, all right, I'll cut my losses at 313 and let it ride. But dude, you going long up here, you're paying premium for it. You're not buying at value areas, you're not buying confirmation lows at supports, which this stuff was all identified like the beginning of the year. Yeah, so that's where you're at on Microsoft, Google, also Amazon now. I mean, it's kind of tough to be like, all right, man, you're in a downtrend. Yeah, momentum shifted and you went on this rally, but you still haven't even taken out the high from August of last year. You're still not at 52-week highs, and it's been almost a year. It has been a year, over a year and a week. Still not making higher highs. Wow. Completed bat pattern. I don't know, man. The second target of that trade set was 144.
Service now,
yeah.
stock please. Ticker now.
What's up, man? Show. Yeah, thanks for 20, dude. Sure. Thanks for the first super chat ever. Mancho. Thank you. Welcome. It's Friday. Markets are closed for the weekend. Crypto's dead as ever. Hey, I mean, one thing we could take from all this is HIKES fresh lows just before the stream started. Still people tweeting, like, I don't know, tagging me. Like, tagging me on Twitter about HIKES or Pulse Chain. And it's like, as Mitch Ray would say, it's the perfect trade setup. And he's like, talking about Pulse Chain, like collapse. Like, no, I mean, maybe I say that when there's an actual trade setup that's valid, but not like just randomly. Pulse Chain, dude. All right, so here's the SPY recovered today off that pretty wild bearish Marabout day, bearish and golden candle yesterday, so that's still valid. I still think, like, I mean, you were in the middle of two levels, 422, 450. Flip your coin. That's it. I mean, not like really no movement. Nothing too exciting. You know, you'd think, oh, Jackson Hole, here we go, and nope. Dow Jones, right, after failing to break out, has just been bleeding out and just sideways. 200-day moving average looms at 33,743. Key inflection points there too. All right, cool. Pretty flat day today. Not much going on. NASDAQ, same thing, man. Whips on, all kinds of craziness. Sedated market in between 14,171 and 13K, the 2 inflection points. All right. Someone will be like, that's a head. I mean, I've seen people literally in my feed be like, it's a head and shoulders. It's like, I don't think so, man. I don't think it's really a head and shoulders, but okay. Like yesterday, someone like tweeted, and it's like, oh, it gets 100,000 like views. And they're like, they applaud a left shoulder, head, right shoulder after yesterday. It's like, that's one red candle. How do you know? How can you? The neckline's not very pronounced either. It's okay. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I don't think there's really too much of a structure. We'll see what happens. But again, you got the levels: 13K, 14,171. All right. IWM, maybe still, you know, you're looking, you're thinking, hey, if buyers really come in to defend the 200-day moving average here, you'll have hidden bullish divergence. It's another slightly higher low, and it's very similar kind of to what Bitcoin looks like on the daily. I'm really hoping Bitcoin like pivots here. The verdict's out, man. I don't know, right? Okay, cool. I get it, man. Like this. So looking at these index funds, looking at Bitcoin, I'm looking at them because they are like it's the heart and soul of the markets, right? It's like a aggregate of many different individual assets that would maybe show you the health of the markets, but when they're not showing an edge for a setup, it's hard to really talk much about them outside of the levels. I mean, the markets just don't move much anymore. The individual stocks occasionally do, right? Right Aid, look at those, but these index funds are dead. The same price was at April of 2022. Same price was at November of 2020. We're talking like dead market. I mean, that's a dead index fund. When you're at the same price you were at, it's an index fund, bro. It's supposed to be you buy it, you hold it, you make money over time. No, not here. Same price it was at virtually 3 years ago. Yeah, like this is a system that is dependent on liquidity and money printing. And right now they're trying to get inflation down because they printed way too much. Then they hiked way too fast. Anyway, we'll switch it over. Go to Bitcoin down 0.5%. Has anything changed from yesterday? The answer is no. Anything changed from March? Nope. Any change from May of 2022? Any change from 2020? Nope, all the same. Still making a higher low. That's it. Okay. Ethereum still just below 1730. I don't like it personally below 1730 because history tells me that most of the time Ethereum will go to 1420 below 1730. So it would be way more interesting. Ethereum would be more interesting of an asset to potentially even think about going long on if it went down 14% from here. This dude talking the whole freaking song, man. It's like, I get it. DJ's like sprinkling in like some people saying something profound, but that song was just the whole song. Some guy blah 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 blah. No one wants to hear it, dude. Yep. So I mean, I think Bitcoin's in slightly marginal better shape than Ethereum based on technicals. I've already gone over that a million times on why. And there's lower to go, 13% downside, and it'd probably be more interesting to manage risk. It's impossible to manage risk here. Yeah. Okay, let's go to BNB that is down 0.3%. All that's happening, I mean, for now, until something changes, all that's happening is what was once a support for all these years is flipped to resistance for like the first time ever. It's never been a resistance. And currently that's an ongoing development, right? I mean, hey, tomorrow pump and it gets above 225. All right, never mind. It was a false bearish breakdown. But for now, that's what's happening. Oscillators just resetting, man. I mean, remember BNB when it was oversold? It's not anymore. It's 35.7 with all that really nice bullish divergence on the RSI that you would think when you stare at something like that, if it's worth a crap, if this asset's worth a crap, it would manifest into something greater than what you got going on right now, which is just this bearish back test. You think it could even run up to 240, 250 off this, but it just hasn't happened yet, which is maybe we're just a little early. XRP's, I mean, the same story every day. XRP is fine. It's actually, of the four, XRP is at the most actionable area. So where one could strategize an entry and a stop loss, has a very bullish trend going on. I don't know, Bitcoin's got it. I mean, above 25, 350, 24/7, but it's XRP. It's just, the trend's your friend. Buyers are defending a key level.
What about INV on Coinbase?
What's up, Armas? I don't know, dude. We'll look. Thank you. We will look, man. Right. So Bitcoin is below the 200-day moving average, whereas XRP is above it. So it's got everything going for it right now. Easy stop loss at like 49 cents. You let it ride. You're riding the trend after a pretty massive drawdown. But no technical damage done. Just only FOMOers were destroyed. That's it. Dang, man. XRP. Pretty good. I mean, find me some S coins, like, bigger ones that are making consecutive higher highs, higher lows in this market. They don't really exist. There are a couple here and there, yeah. But the highest high majority. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. At the basement. Garbage, no demand, trash. Looking more like Rite Aid than they are XRP. Speaking of Rite Aid, here's HIKES, down 9%. It was down over 10% just a little while ago. And I'm talking about TA respect. It has occurred. So let's get some Jesus chimes for what happens when an asset breaks support. Then the market participants push the price to test what was once a key resistance support from history. There it is, June 2020. It was regarded as resistance. So then the buyers relented. And then what? As of today, the key inflection point from May of 2020, it has been achieved. It has been now formally tested. Now below this, man, you're running out of levels here, at least on this chart. I know. Bro, log scale, go back, man, to whatever. Someone tell me which chart I could find all the HIKES information on TradingView. So let me know. But yeah, I just okay, if it can't hold up here, then you got a fresh 16% more downside. But you're just running out of levels. It's fascinating, the amount of Stockholm syndrome on this one. But this is what happens when the developer of the scam uses actual religion as a blueprint for how he would develop his own culture behind the scam. It's fascinating. They should do a documentary on that alone, not whatever the other thing was where the guy, what he sold like 248,000 HIKES. No, he sold his house for 248,000 HIKES and it's worth like what? $1,800 or something now? Like completely ruined his life probably. Yeah, that's what happens, man. Yeah, people, they get so indoctrinated that a hard asset which is a house that you live in, they will sell that for their religion. And then you see what happens. Look at this chart. Yeah. False prophet, not God, but they treat it like that. It's sad, man. It is. But there's not much to talk about in crypto. There hasn't been. And there may not be anything to talk about in crypto for a long time. These projects aren't going to go anywhere. No one's going to do anything. Where's the composite operator's not even accumulating? We're not even in the composite operator beginning his accumulation campaign yet for these altcoins. But I think we're starting to find out the composite operator has probably always been like CZ. Yeah. And we know his own coin is on the brink of collapse. Because, I mean, BNB going to 40, it's over for almost all these altcoins. Yeah, reality sucks sometimes, man. Like, yeah, being the harbinger of unpleasant truths is not fun. It's kind of thankless. Right? I mean, only bearish on Uniswap because Composite Man, whoever's out there, is just offloading the remainder of their position with the lower highs. And now you're just at this support. And once it breaks, it's good night, John boy. Yeah, well, I mean, that's it. You're approaching a level that if it's not defended, then you just go down a quick 20%. After 20%, then you drop 60%. So but it's just chain link. I think people, it's fine, I guess, until it breaks $5. Sure. But once $5 really broken, you go 150. We look at Adam. Adam's like right there, man. You're just, you better hold. This is it. Like you're at the level where if the buyers don't come in, like now, yeah, you got a quick over 50% drawdown. I mean, you've got 51% downside potential below this little level. Crow, look at this thing, dude. I mean, like, it's possibly a type 2 return of a shark, but you'd have to be nuts to own this asset right now. You'd have to be crazy. Anything below 5.2 cents, this price action that's happening right now is like the worst thing that could ever happen. Are you trying to tell me that, like, somehow, yeah, there was a crazy scam wick, oh my God, some bids came in, scalpers, okay, and then right here, the price action we've been receiving the past week is just formally back testing the old all-time low as resistance. That's never happened, and it's happening right now. So you know you're going to go revisit 4.4 cents, the old all-time, the new all-time low. Yeah. So there's at least another easy, without a doubt, I mean, below 5.2 cents, there's another 13% downside. Man, and it's like, you know, it's not like low risk for a short. It's extremely high risk for a short, right? Because you'd be shorting the bottom, you know? That's the problem. It's just like Chinese stocks. It's like they're too absolutely destroyed on technicals to short, but they're far too risky to long. It's this conundrum. It's because their inherent value is nothing. You can't justify if Crow's worth 51 or 5.1 cents or 4.4 cents or 3 cents or 1 cent or half a cent. You can't justify it. That's a problem in illiquid market conditions where debt is expensive. People can't just wing it like they were before. People are really assessing, everyone's belt tightening, credit card debt's at all-time highs, right? APR on the credit cards at all-time highs, affordability for housing, all-time lows. I mean, you know, obviously, like inflation, they use a vague metric to gauge inflation. They just gaslight. They just gaslight us, all of us, right? Taxpayers, which is theft, right? It's very insidious. And so you know, like inflation's stupidly high. People are like, how many countless little TikTok videos, tweets, people posting like videos of themselves talking about like they're just living, they're normal people with normal jobs, and they're like capitulating emotionally because it's too difficult to live like a normal life. Yeah, all these things happening. So it's like when you think about all that going on, you're looking at Crow, Matt Damon. Remember, perhaps you've heard of him. You look at Engine Coin or Atom or Sand, Metaverse, peak delusion. You know, the Metaverse, that hype in the NFTs, that was the absolute peak of the grandeur that we were experiencing, that mania, you know. So I just like, I mean, you look at all that and you're like, who's gonna, yeah, maybe it is the bottom, but it's like, knowing what we know about reality, how could you want to own Crow, even if it is potentially a type 2 return of a bullish shark at support? It's below support, by the way. So maybe if it gets above 5.5 cents, maybe then new data presents itself. That might change my mind a little bit, marginally, right? Or at least we know it might be strategic for an entry. Mother of God, not right now. And it's the same case for almost every single crypto that exists. They're all beanie babies. Look at them like beanie babies because they are. Yep, I know, dude. I need to like, I don't know. I need to start streaming something where it's like there aren't these brutal realities and truths, you know? Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I like kind of made a choice 5.5 years ago. This was gonna be my life, and it's like, dang, man. Now it's like, you know, the things that are existing in my reality are just really bad. Look at KSM. You know what's about to do in less than 5 minutes? In less than 5 minutes, KSM's about to make its lowest level in human history, right? Yeah, there were the Aztecs, and then there were the Egyptians, and then there were fish frogs and dinosaurs, the Mesozoic periods, right? I mean, you had all this stuff going on, and never has KSM been this low. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's good, right? But bro, Doge is up 0.3% today, right? So the classic distribution argument's invalid. Sure, I guess so. Okay, but dude, it's like maybe it's confirmation low, maybe it is. Context is absolutely abysmal. I'm just like I don't know, man. You know, it's crazy though. I mean, like somewhere you could be like, hey, it's a compelling argument. Look at Neo. Like this is a joke, right? Absolute joke. It's like a Gartley. This is a type 2 return. This is the level where, I mean, if you were going by the book, this would be it. Like you just like win bids. Dude, I don't know. It's like when is this is a
Hello,
Chinese.
Sir. Can you take a look at our bust, Binance? RSI bullish divergence seems like. Not much price history, but I'd like to hear her opinion about the chart.
Pez Rose, thanks to 15. Sure, dude. Whatever. Yeah, absolutely. We'll look at these requests right out of this one. I was just going on a rant. The unfortunate, you know, what is it? Unpleasant truth. Okay. This is it. This is the level where you don't expect, but where one would be honing in on this chart. It's on the watch list. Alerts are set up and down, right? waiting for some sort of impulse candle to see if it might be a good idea to be going long, right? This is it. I mean, and it's insane because it's like a swing low from 2019, October 2019, and now like even in June, and now here we are. It's like this would be where one would strategize an entry for a long. It just is. But you're going to probably be dependent on Xi Jinping himself, the communist dictator, whatever, mafia guy. Like, he's got to buy here. He's got to make the call. Buy Neo. Not that Neo, the other Neo. Not the car company. Not the guy from The Matrix. Neo, come on. Their team have good hearts. You know of them. All right, let's look at total and we'll go. Jonathan, how you feeling about the weekend? You got any good plans?
I like turtles.
Thanks, Jonathan. Nothing burger since the dump, right? Wait a second. Why did it log me out, man? The social points. Well, good thing I don't participate in the social world. The world that, whatever one would call it, the Matrix. Good thing I've been out of that world for a long time. So, let's see here. Now, service now. Yeah. Let's go to that. Thanks again, Mancho. Where you'd be like, dude, it's a Head and Shoulders developing. I mean, maybe it's momentum shifting here. You had like a bearish engulfing candle yesterday into a bullish harami today. Ooh. So you certainly can't be like a great time to long. You had a chance, right? There was a literal chart. It was pretty awesome looking. There was like, right, that right shoulder developed and it was proportionate to the left. And then you had a higher low came in, the 200-day moving average, and then the breakout. And from that, I mean, after breaking out, it went up another 30% in value. And now you're requesting it? Are you requesting it because you're like wanting to go short or something? Well, as long as if anyone was going to go short on something, they better have a stop loss strategically set up above a key inflection point, which one here would be $600. So I'm not sure I could be like signing off on, oh, it's a very well established Head and Shoulders pattern. Oh, like a neckline. That'd be the neckline right there. It's not a real pattern yet. I'm just trying to think, like, sometimes most of the time there's a rhyme or reason for someone requesting something, right? I'm trying to make sense of it, and it's like, okay, maybe that's it. I mean, maybe, yeah, it isn't that bad. I mean, it's really not ugly. It's like the left shoulder and the right shoulder rival each other. Pretty tall pattern. The measured move of this pattern would take you down to 473. So yeah, I mean, and really even above 600. Here's the problem with this, Normally, how someone would short a Head and Shoulders pattern was they would already have that well-established right shoulder. Okay. And they would just have their stop loss somewhere marginally above the right shoulder that was already established. And it seemed like it would be, right? But gosh dang, man, like down, up, right? That's the way one would strategize. And if it breaks that it invalidates the whole structure. But say you play it like this, and then the price just meanders on up to 600 because it's a very key inflection point. It then reverses after you've been stopped out. That sucks, right? That's not fun at all, So those are things to think about. I mean, you could give it a couple more days, see what really happens here. Wonder if you could strategize, like maybe trying to layer in here or something. It'd make it a lot more difficult to take profit. Yeah, so that's like, it's kind of one of those that's not perfect. You would normally want that right shoulder to be developed at the inflection point. That would be like a home run. Then you'd be able to maybe in that situation have a stop loss set up above the head of the Head and Shoulders. Yeah, kind of. Not great, not terrible. There are different ways to strategize here, I guess. Yeah, Jesus Chimes, New Day. Let's go to INV for Armos Services. Thanks again, Mancho Boncho. Feel free to say things in the chat if you have questions about things, right? INV. Invite? Where's my INV? Inverse Finance. Great name. Well, here's the thing. The TA already played out. This is what you should pay attention to, right? Pretty perfect setup here. The M shape completed. The type 2 return completed. Right? It was there. And then after the things that you look for occurred, it then ran up at its highest high, 88%. That's incredible. That's insane, right? 88% rally off the type 2 return of the bullish Gartley. Yeah, that's pretty good. But it's over now. So in good market conditions where, you gain more confidence to believe a real reversal is coming off an M shape, you would probably be running to the C and the A, aggressive targets, right? That didn't happen. All that happened was like everything else, where there are just far less market participants involved with this asset than you saw than before. That's the demand.
WPLS on Pulse Chain, Dex Screener, it's going to $1 eventually via bots. Die.
Thank you for the 20. Sure, I'll give it a shot.
How does one strat dollarize?
So Alec, thank you, dude. I will look at both of those. Okay, thank y'all. So what does all this mean? What does all that happen? So normally something that's so gorgeous looking on a chart shouldn't just go up 88%. It should usher in a complete revival of this joke loser coin, right? Where instead of doing what it's doing now, it would stop. The selling would stop before it even got to $32. In a reality of where it would stop, buyers would defend a key level from 2022, and it would start going again, back test, and then head to $82, whatever, and then crash, whatever, but then pivot, and then a new trend would begin. But that's not happening really anywhere in crypto. The only thing that's happening is these things develop, they underperform massively, and then it was a trade for someone, and then it's completely over. You're below entry now. You just had your lowest daily candle close in human history on inverse finance. Yeah, it happened. Lowest candle close ever. That doesn't happen when things are truly reversing, when trends are reversing. Nope, not this stuff. So the buyers show their hand, and there's significantly less of them than before. You're below the 200-day moving average. The 200-day moving average down sloping. It's garbage. You had your chance. It played out. It underperformed. And it's over. That's it. Loser. Never has been, never will be. Let's go to ARB. Thanks again. Armos, the 20. Pez Rose, one of the ARB on Binance. Wheel. He said, RSI, bullish divergence. Seems like. He also says, not much price history, but I'd like to hear the opinion on the chart. I think you have a target, a 50-cent target. I have no confidence to believe this asset, the buyers will hold this 91-cent level. Oh, wow. I don't think so, man. You just have to think, what is ARB? What is it? Some guy out there, like all the other 18,000 scammers, right? They were like, hey, man, someone got rich creating a coin, their own coin, and owning all the supply. And then like taking pre-sales and then spending the pre-sale money on marketing to get a bunch of idiots to buy. And then when they all buy, when we get an ICO or whatever, it gets listed, we then dump on all their heads, and then that's it. And then it bleeds out. Their bots are set up to just bleed out. Any rally gets faded, you make a lower high and you dump again. So to me, I wouldn't touch this ever, because I can almost guarantee you the people that created ARB don't know what they're doing. They have no project that works, that helps anyone, that does anything for humanity. There are not more people joining their ecosystem every day. It's a joke, a literal joke. And once 91 cents breaks, you're going to see what happens, where it loses 45% of its value fast. Yep. And they've already confirmed it too. Look, it's been confirmed now. Confirmed that 127. Okay, you made the highest high ever. Holy crap, we're going to do it. And then lower high, then lower high confirmed. Distribution confirmed right here. So to me, hey dude, but it's like, yeah. Imagine thinking that you could probably even get a stop loss set up on this thing and it would trigger. Now they want you to buy this, and then they want you to have a stop loss set up so they can dump and no one will buy when you have your limit sell triggered. And so you'll just be holding the bag while this thing drops 50% in value. 98,000 volume, it says. 98,000. Less than 100,000 volume. They want to scam you, dude. That's all they're here for. Trading is a zero-sum game. But like a bunch of these stupid, they're just like Neanderthals. They're just like, oh, dude, it's not regulated. We can with impunity, scam people and no one will arrest us. Let's do it, man. And they do it. They're sociopaths. Legit sociopaths, dude. Bunch of them in this space. You know them too. They're not just people that create these scam coins. They're also people that are influencers that have hundreds of thousands of subs and so many unlimited views and clout, and everyone knows them, right? They're them too. Yeah, I mean, it's like, man, your character gets tested in this situation. On my side of the webcam, your character gets tested. And your actions during the mania cycle, when the money's easy and all that, it determines. And it shows after. But the problem is, right, there are no consequences because there's no regulation, there's no laws really. It's just Wild West, man. Okay, so let's move on. I mean, people want me to get off of TradingView to go look at their scam, or whatever. We'll go, because I am grateful for the contribution, man.
Good evening, traders. Happy Friday. And by the way, thank you, Mitch, everything you do. 0.000352445 BTC.
What's up, Stuart, man? Thanks for the 918 of Bitcoin, and thank you for the kind words, and thank you for watching the stream. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in, right? You could be doing anything on a Friday, especially. That's huge. And it's humbling. So thank y'all. Each and every one of you. Whether you contribute or not, you're contributing to the stream just by watching, just by listening. Thank y'all. Okay, let's see here. Well, here's the thing, right? So Amin's asking a good question, and I had a conversation with Miss Teen Crypto about this when I was in New York, and it's so interesting, right? Where, I've got my stance on crypto, and it's not going to change based on my experience in this space for almost 6 years, right? But she's like, okay, well, I mean, who's to say what's a scam and what's a project that failed because of reasons? Yeah, exactly. And that's what makes this thing so much worse. When you can't even tell. Because people lie. Like they're lying to you but it seems like so legit, like they're telling the truth. You can't trust people because of that. They've broken the social contract, man. Yeah, and it's just like, sorry if it was maybe going to be a good project. It doesn't matter what the intent is. If it was meant to change the world and help people, but it didn't and failed, it's just as painful and hurtful to someone out there that bought it as if it was legit or not, right? Yeah. And that's what I think a lot of people that are scamming do. They're like, well, we tried, man. It just didn't work out. You like my new Rolex? My new Louis Vuitton bag? Okay, I'm trying to do this.
After losing doubt on Voyager, and being in the space for 5+ years, I'm starting to think all crypto depends on whether or not Binance is solving. Sad.
I think most of it is dependent on that. Like if BNB was to collapse, like more than half the 18,000 coins, you don't even want to know. You don't even look at their charts. It would be like a death spiral for all of them, I think. So that's why it is a big deal. BNB is I think people just don't understand how important BNB is to this Beanie Baby space. All right, hold on. I'm still trying to do this. Let me check my notes. College football starts tomorrow. Really excited about that. Gonna go to the beach and throw the football because of that. Because it's week 0 and there's no good matchups. But so what was this, man? What did you want? It was DAI to PLS. Sorry. WPLS, yeah. Well, here it is. Die to WPLS. Chart. Dude, are you really? I mean, I'm literally doing what you said to do. Okay, let's just make sure. DAI to WPLS on Pulse Chain Dex Screener. Okay, that's what I'm looking at, and there's like literally nothing here. Look, I mean, what do you want? I mean, this is it. There's nothing I can do here, but look at this. That's it. What is that? I don't know. See, this is like meant to be confusing for reasons. Okay. Imagine giving the benefit of the doubt to anyone in this space that creates these things. Bro, it's on Dex Scanner, man. It's like 5EX04. But dude, you just don't understand the technology, bro. It's too complicated. Don't worry about it, bro. That's it. I'm gonna set my alert up on R, but below 91 cents. 91 cents. How could you justify ARB being worth 91 pennies? 1 cent. I might buy it at 1 cent. And I can't even set an alert up. It's not even letting me set the alert up. What's going on? It's not that. But like, why are you giving me instruction and I follow the instruction and then I end up here? That's what I do not understand. Like doing everything you ask. Everything. DAI. WPLS. Wrapped Pulse, PDI. Dude, look how like, you want to see how stupid this is? Look at this. Like all these pairs, really, dude. All these pairs. Dude, I'm literally like here putting in all the effort. And Jinxie, like, look again, man. Pulse Chain, have you asked Richard Schuler for your money back from him? At least I'm putting in the effort and it's live on stream. He went out and took your money and he went and bought some luxury stuff, some luxury items. And you know it. but look, man, DAI, WPLS, DAI, WPLS. There it is. DAI, WPLS. Which one, man? Which one? Imagine getting threatened. He's going to he wants me to send the money back because how is this even possible? Well, this is how dead the market is. This is my days are numbered when this is how it is now on my streams. Okay, dude, whatever. You don't ever have to contribute to the stream again, ever. And that's fine. It's what did I do to deserve that? That's crazy, dude. Here on a Friday evening. Yeah, just take 25 minutes and ruin the stream to look for my scam from a known scammer, cult leader. That's the last request. Oh, let's go to OIS for Alec. All right, at least we got something OIS oil related. Oh man, looking okay. Still hanging in there, man. Trying to get back over that 200-day moving average, just sideways forever. But look, the
Can't trust
campaign.
Coinbase for sure. They are against the man.
They are against the man. Coinbase. I mean, you can't trust Coinbase. You can only trust freaking steel, steel ledger with your seed phrase on it and a gun safe or a vault somewhere, right? That's all you can do without Coinbase. Coinbase is the only one that the government, the U.S. government's behind. So only game in town. It's about to be that way. So here's the thing about OIS, man. Dude, this is crazy. Once 857 really breaks, it's gone. Dude, look at this. It's already broken out. This is, it's boomer. It's so boomer because it's going to take you 80. You'll be a boomer by the time it actually plays out all the way. But if you could see a break of 875, talking about $12+ here. And there's a lot of lines, but look left, and I'll show you why. There's so many lines, right? I mean, this is the everything. What is it? 857 is the breaking point. Once that breaks, it is the truest of true breakouts, and you're going to 1279 after that, based on historical price action. And it's just this is a sign, in my opinion, this is a major sign of strength right here. And I think this is the backup. I think we're in the very end phases of some sort of accumulation campaign from the composite operator. And the way we're looking at individual oil stocks, how good they look, right? It was lights out months ago. But then the new data presenting itself, sweet mother of God, they're like textbook Adam and Eve double bottoms, and old all-time highs from 2014 are being back tested as support. And then you look at this that is so related to all that. It's just all pointing to number go up next, not down. I mean, imagine if cryptos were looking like this. They're just not, man. So I think you've shown the sign of strength here. Buyers getting real aggressive. Then you got a formal bullish back test in April. And now you're skating along above that 200-day moving average, and there's one last line of defense, and it's 857. How do you strategize? I mean, you might have a stop loss below 720. That's all you can maybe do now. I mean, it's we might be terminal accumulation here. It's this is it. This is the last part. These two lows here, that was it. It's confirmed accumulation and more higher lows coming in, and just, seems like it might be a good investment based on technicals. Yeah, love it, man. OIS, dude. Said, how does one strategize OIS? Again, man, maybe you could try to have a stop loss below 720, 730. This newer low that's been put in, you might want to wait a little bit. But that's probably the way to do it, because you can't really strategize a stop loss intra now and stop loss below 630. If you were wanting to long next week, don't know how you, see this low right here and this high, that would be your point, 730-ish below that, okay? And then again, like if you were doing that, then you're not taking profit at 857. You could get away probably at 1043 as your first target, but then your second target better be 1279 and then 1466 after that. Yeah, dude, it's solid. It's solid, dude. Composite operator, been accumulating for years. We know he's still there based on the most recent price action. Again, if you please look up the backup and the sign of strength, because these things are happening right now. Jinxie, no, I get it, man. He's just kidding. But dude, if you've experienced the amount of people that say those things in my shoes, right? It's hard to even know, man, if like people are serious or not, because that's how far gone people are. Or they've given up religion and they've replaced it with an S coin or the government or COVID shots and masks or whatever the weird thing is they've replaced God with. The spirituality, the thirst of the spiritual. I don't know, dude. Whatever. However you want to say it. It's real. Been doing this too long, man. Looks like the S-Coin market's off to a good start today. We got KCS. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, let's get some Jesus chimes for KCS. Lowest daily candle close since March 2021.
Laughs : carat. Can you recommend a chart pattern and or a candlestick pattern book?
Oh, the easiest question of my entire life, from Max. But I would recommend, if you're not in my Discord, you join the Discord. And then you go to the educational resources tab and your question will be answered. And then way beyond, it'll be like you tipped me $150 asking me all kinds of different questions about different educational resources. But what? Yeah, dude. So, but okay, to answer it directly right now, I mean, a chart pattern book, I mean, easily Thomas Bulkowski, Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns, Volume 3, I think. 2, I think he just came out 3 like a year ago or something. And then a candlestick book is like the one, the only, the one, the guy who brought them from the east to the west, Steve Neeson, Japanese candlestick book, right? Steve Neeson. So those are the two. But I think you are doing a disservice just only going with those. There are just so many more books. And again, go check out that tab in the Discord. So yeah, dude. I mean, this is an exchange that will eventually see $2 based on technicals. Yeah, $2. It's at $4.56 though, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, you just wait till $2. $1.86. You'll see. No one's buying this. They're not gonna buy it, dude. Only reason BNB's up because CZ himself, we know he's buying, defending that level by himself. There is no CZ for KuCoin. There is no king of the S coins on KuCoin. Nah, not been around long enough to establish that, to consolidate long enough to be able to do that. So just dumping, just getting obliterated every single day, just wrecked. It's cool though, man. So I think that was it though, right? Yeah, that was the last request, really. So, it's Friday. I'm getting hungry. Been a long week. I got some beach plans tomorrow. William, tell me, dude. You can't just say that. I didn't skip any request. No, you skipped reading. All right. So Bitcoin is safe above 25,350. It's just the way it is. The trend is still perfectly intact until you break this gray zone here. It's just there's no liquidity. The movement doesn't happen. These are daily candles. It's kind of it's unbelievable how like dead this market is, and how it's the worst market conditions in history of this space. Yep. And we're living it. You're living the right. You always thought, hey man, like the 1930s. I mean, everything's in black and white. That's the way I'd picture it. There's no color in the 1930s, right? Yep. We're living in the 1930s, black and white, no color crypto market right now. The Dust Bowl, oh, you name it, man. All of it's there. We're in it. So enjoy it. Yeah, color was invented later. Exactly, dude. My God, dude. No, Jacob. Who would ever be scared of Notre Dame? They're the most overrated, irrelevant team. They don't play anybody, so they might have a chance of being undefeated. And then if they do go undefeated by the grace of God, then they get absolutely destroyed postseason play. But Brad, what about the interest rates? They were so much higher back then, dude. Back in my day, interest rates were 14%. I can't believe all these millennials and Zoomers are crying, man, whatever. Even though, like, I think the price of housing adjusted for inflation is like 6 times greater. Yeah. No, I mean, like, a lot of boomers really are delusional, and they think that, like, it was tougher in the 1980s just because interest rates were higher than it is now. Yeah, a lot of them think that. It's kind of crazy. I'm over here being like, dude, Zoomers are so screwed, man. Like, they're so screwed that I fear they're going to, like, be tools used to usher in a communist revolution. That's how bad things are getting. The middle class is about to not exist anymore. And just, it's okay, though. Let's go watch Miley Cyrus talk about whatever, bullcrap, $10,000. Let's get a $20,000 loan to go to a Miley Cyrus concert. Look how stupid people are now. Like, really, really stupid. That's okay. It's not, but just enjoy your Friday, your weekend. If something crazy happens, you know there's always a chance I'd be live, but we know nothing ever crazy happens in crypto anymore because there's no more liquidity. Most dead market, man. But I'm just saying, if I'd be here. So until next time, respect the TA.
Johnny M in the mix.